Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live Reality Games podcast. My name is Josh, and today we're joined here with Vince.
Hi, everyone.
Today
Welcome,
we're going
week.
Today we're discussing South Africa, Immunity Island, Season 8, Episode 3. I think I got that right. All right, sweet.
Yeah, you got that right.
What was your initial thought of the season, of the episode? Like,
I think it's an interesting episode.
Like, sum it up in 3 words. What 3 words would you use?
Controversial, bad, and I don't know. Okay, can I do that in 2 words? Because
Yeah.
I'm crazy on the 3 words.
You don't even need to describe it in any other words. Now, I don't know. I sort of like I'm just liking any like Survivor at the moment, like regardless of if it's bad or if it's good. Like, I'm just liking it regardless because it's Survivor and we haven't had it for like since Australian All-Star season, and I don't look at that season as a season. So, and then we're left at Winners at War, and then Winners at War was okay. It was okay. But like, we really haven't had anything decent, and probably since
Well, I was gonna say, now that you mention it, that we haven't actually seen a season with like newbies until now. To be honest, like last year's all about All Stars.
Yeah. So like, this is the only season we've had newbies for like quite some time, and then like we don't talk about the American season 39 because that didn't exist, and then like I think before that was season 7 of South Africa.
Yes, I can't remember when it aired because it does say.
And then Champions versus Contenders 2 in Australia. Like, we haven't had like newbies on a season in the longest time. It's great to see. I was disappointed with this episode though, if I had to say something. But like, I'm happy that we had it, but I'm disappointed how it ended out.
Okay, maybe we should, because I have a lot of thoughts whilst watching it as well. So maybe we just start from top and then go from the bottom. So so after the tribal, we have that confession about Paul and Chappie being left out, and they're not happy about it. We do see a little bit of gender dynamics here, with Ben saying like, "Oh, Mike, you did all the dirty work. You're the mastermind." But then Carl's like, it's me. Well, technically, it's not her. Like, it is her, but I feel like she's taking a lot of credit.
Yeah, I feel like she's like, her and Mike did make that happen, and it was a joint. Like, it was joint from what we've seen anyway. It looked joint. It didn't look like it was all Carla, but then Carla like trying to take everything was a bit. Was it really you? However, they shouldn't just assume that a guy did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the whole point of like what she's trying to get at. Like, which makes sense. Like, we see, like, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever. Like, you're playing a game. You're playing the game, like, essentially. So it shouldn't matter who it is. But it's just like that general like man stereotype that like sort of overrides a lot of things in people's brains. But it's not the right way to look at it, for sure. Not a fan of them thinking that. However, I do like Paul and Chappie's. That's all I'm gonna say so far.
You like Paul and Chappie?
Yeah, I do. Like, at the start of this episode, I do.
Okay. Yeah. But why? Because what did they do?
I think Chappie's has got the right mindset with Santoni. Like, it's the perfect mindset to have. Right? He can use her further down the track as an extra vote. Like, why not try and keep like somebody like that around? Like, that's the right thing to do at this point. Well, before they even went to tribal.
Okay, we also see that Santoni actually share her idol clue with him, with Chappie as well, before the swap. So for me personally, I think it's okay to share it, but at least make sure you like at least find it. Like I understand the need to like get someone to help you cover it, but now that we see Santoni actually she hasn't found it yet. So like I feel like it's quite a dangerous move to tell someone when you have to get it on that day. If you want to tell someone, make sure you sort of gonna get it in the day, because now you're gonna left like Chappie to go find it eventually, and then he's gonna have it, not you. So that's my only thing with Santoni sharing the idol clue with him.
Yeah, I actually have a couple of things about Santoni as well. Thank you for shouting us out on Twitter. What the hell?
Yes,
I was very excited. We are all Stantonis now. We are all Stantonis. I was like shocked. I'm like, whoa, I did not expect this. But yeah, thank you. Anyway, I do think she did the complete right thing. I don't think she stuffed up at any point in this game. I actually can't see it. Like she's playing. She's playing a pretty flawless game. Like in my brain, like she. Hear me out, and then you might be on my team, maybe.
I do think. I only disagree with the move. I don't disagree the strategy behind. I mean, I don't disagree like what she did. I just don't think that's the right move as a group for those three. That's all.
I think,
which we're going to discuss later.
Yeah, no. I just want to discuss really quick of like the move she did with Chappies. So when she shared the idol clue with Chappies, she kept the other idol clue for herself and didn't tell him. Like she's gaining trust, but she doesn't have to tell him everything.
But she told him everything.
No,
right? she
didn't tell him about the idol at the tribal council.
Okay, she did tell me the camp, which I'm gonna say. That's one. Yeah, I know, but
that's right. That's the right thing to do, I think. Because now, but it doesn't matter if Chappies find it. Like the way I look at it is like she's got Chappies in her wing now because she's told him apparently everything that would have happened at Immunity Island. There is no way Chappies thinks she got 2 idols from that island. There is no way. True. So in Chappie's head, he's like, she's told me everything. Like. I've got her. Like, we're together now. Like, we're bonded by this idol that's not even at our camp. However, the idol clue was for both camps. How overpowered is that?
Yeah, I think that's stupid. Why do you want to do like production? Like, seriously, just hide in a different place.
It was so. This is what I don't understand. It was like for both camps, right? And then straight after she gets a tribe swap as well. Like. That is crazy. She just got like all the idols. Like all the idols are hers.
Well, she wasn't in the other tribe though, so
no. But however, she left the green tribe. Anyway, we'll talk about the tribe swap actually, because essentially that's what happens next. After the whole.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if that's any interesting in the other tribe.
The only other
we do see Terizo and with the tree blondes.
Yeah.
Okay? That was gonna. I'm gonna dish it to you. I think I do see like I think I read about like Twitter was saying that Nicole was being a bit rude to Terizo, but I feel like as a Terizo, if you're at the bottom, they might be quite rude to you, but you can't fight back. I feel like you just have to be like. Do you want to be honest? Like, yeah, well, why not? Yeah, let's just try and do it instead of saying like, "Are you threatening me?" And like, because you need numbers. You're in the bottom. You don't have anywhere to go.
I do not understand, right? I do not understand Teresa's logic here. How she is just saying, "Well, you need to show your trust to me." It's just like, no, like, I'm sorry, like they're the number. You just go with them. Like, you don't have another option. Like. You can't go to the tribal council. It's like, show me your trust. Like, you need my vote. It's just like, no, we have 3. Like, that's enough to beat your 1. Like, I don't understand that logic. And like, even I call them the blondes. Even the blondes, they're like, what is she talking about? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Carla is a blonde too, and she's completely different tribe. Because there's Carla,
Nicole, there's like 4. All blondes.
and Marisha. And to be
Marisha's
honest,
blonde,
and it's sort of confusing me. However, like I don't know who's on which tribe now. Like don't ask me.
Okay, I think Amy's in the other tribe. The other two is in it.
Is
So
Amy
Amy
with
and Carla? Yes, and then Nicole and Marisha. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I feel like anyway, let's talk about that tribe swap. Clearly they've wanted to split the tribes into 3-6 because they have 2 different urns. What's your thought on that? Like with production, like because that's a production thing, right? That has to happen. Like that has to be like their choice there.
I think we touched on about this tribe swap yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, last week. I think it is a lazy way to do a tribe swap, especially they already done it in the first episode. You already let them draw a random draw. That's fine, but don't repeat it again. So it's feel like there's no mechanics into it. And I don't get this is the perfect time they maybe can split quite evenly instead of 6-3, 6-3. It's just like if you're stuck in the 3, you're screwed. Like there's no way for where to go. Logically, and you play logically, you should be going home. And
I think what's happened though, like I think the best thing that sort of came out of this was there was people on both tribes that felt on the bottom, and they sort of stayed there at both of their camps. Like it was sort of like because you look at Dino and Terizo. I think that's her name. Yeah. I'm probably butchering her name. I'm sorry if you're listening. But you see Dino and Terizo on the other tribe, and then you see Chappies and Paul on the other, right? They've both stayed together, and then they've gotten 3 people from the other tribe, right? So I guess like production wasn't planning for that to happen because like it's a random draw. It's not like you get this buff, you get this buff. But it sort of makes it interesting, even with the other tribe, if they ever go to tribal. Because there's people on the outs over there. Plus the blondes now have been split up. Amy's no longer with them. So like they become more of a target as well because they're a tight 3 and the other people will tell them and stuff like that. Like Dino will probably turn on them now.
I don't think so. I think the logic, I don't know. I just feel like it. I mean,
if they look at the other tribe and the other tribe's done it, they'll probably follow suit.
I was just trying to looking back now, I'm just trying to figure out their combination. So we got Reina, we got Dino, we got Kian, Thais. No, I mean the original Zamba tribe. Zamba tribe,
yeah. So you've got Kian, Terizo, Dino, Kieran? No,
Nicole.
Nicole,
Marisha, Reina.
And there's another one.
Yeah, okay. So the bottom 3 will be Terizo, Dino, and Kian.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's the only things that we don't know where those. We know Terizo's are the outs. We know Dino's in the middle, and we don't know.
Oh, where's Sean?
Sean's the other tribe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like it's not as clear as of yet. So it's I mean it's still like the other 3 can flip the other 3 as well, so they can form a new 6, I guess.
I think like production didn't plan for like these people to go on this tribe and these people to go on this tribe, right? However, it sort of worked out perfectly because like it's sort of like it's like the perfect like storm because like the 2 big alliances literally just got cut in half. On both tribes, they're like half the
that is true.
Half the people go to the other tribe, and good luck. Like it wasn't planned like that, but like it worked out sort of perfectly.
But I still think it's a bit lazy the way of doing it because they could have done because they're gonna do another swap. I think I'm not too sure. I'm thinking it again. I think they're going to do another swap.
14. I'm thinking at 14. Or we might even get 3 tribes at 15.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, I still feel like it's a bit lazy way to do it. But anyway, let's move on.
I think, yeah. How would you do it though? Like for everyone listening, how would you do the tribe swap? And in that case,
I think if they can explore different like schoolyard pig, like we had. But then you mentioned about Terizo and Santoni being the team leader. been to Uni Island, they can easily do that. If even they want to swap, maybe they want to swap like maybe the other, like the original tribe has specific buff, like this how many people will go there. I don't know. Maybe because it's like uneven number odd number in both tribes. So I do understand it will be like eventually going to have like 5 4 5 4 in each tribe. So in a way, it still doesn't make sense. So I don't know.
Do you think though? Like, do you like? Here's my final thought on the tribe swap thing, because I feel like regardless of like anything, like there's always a wrong thing with a tribe swap. Like there's never like a complete like right way to do a tribe swap, regardless of what season you've ever looked at, right? Australia season 1 got it the worst ever. Anyway, however, I feel like production have looked at it and been like, if we do 5-4 in each tribe, right? All it takes is one person to flip, and we could have 9 people from the original tribe emerge. Like, and that's very possible. However, if they do 6-3, there's more likely chance we might get 6v6, and the game will be interesting.
But you never know it's going to be 6-3, 6-3 though.
No, but you never know. However, no, you never know it. But like, there's more of a chance of that happening. There's more of a chance of 6 people ganging up on 3 people than 5 ganging up on 4, because you can split a vote with a 6.
Yeah, I know, but I do think it's Anyway, let's just not delve into that for ourselves.
That's my thought process. I feel like they did the right thing, but at the same time, I don't like the idea of like production choosing 6 and 3.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the reward challenge.
I like it. It's I like anything that's a bit physical, like that, like to show like one-on-one sort of interaction. And I like the stages, like round 1 you win this instead of best, like instead of having this big award, because like so each tribe can go home with something else. So it's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah, I think this reward challenge is probably one of the most like even sort of reward challenges you could have done in Survivor. Like full stop. Like it's a strength-based challenge where you just have to go against someone and you win that item. That's pretty cool. I wish the protein shakes. What the
Future Life?
That's massive. That's better than like pizza. Like if they got pizza, it would have been like cool pizza. But like that's not the nutrients you get from like a protein shake and protein bar is so much better than like a pizza, or like so much better than like another like food item. Like that was like the best item they could have gotten.
I mean, I'm not going to crave for protein shake.
No, but like say like it's good for like muscle repair and stuff like that. So like they've gone out there and like shredded like all this muscle off their body already in like 7 days, and now they're getting like a complete revamp and boost. I think it's, however, I think it's perfect. I think it's a really big advantage for one tribe to be completely pumped up again. However, it doesn't really work out anyway. And I also get a tribe advantage as well at the same time.
Yes. I don't get it. I don't think it's necessary, but anyway, it doesn't really.
I think it should have been a separate one. It should have been a separate one. The tribe advantage should have been a separate tackle, because we're seeing guy versus guy 3 times and girl versus girl 2 times. Want to have 6.
I think they should put
I was
more.
Living for a Santoni versus Terizo. I'm like, yes.
Maybe
bring
they
it.
do. They just don't show it.
I'm ready for the ladies to get in there, but no, it didn't happen.
No, I think the US version actually does have more rounds. They just don't show it. They just show the most interesting ones. So maybe they did.
Why not
so
have like one
Santoni...
chair, and then the next one have another chair? Like just split the items up or something. Like have a smaller tub and another tub. Like I wanted to see Santoni and Terizo get dirty. Like I wanted to see that so bad, and we didn't get
it. Okay, actually, Santoni, if you listen to this, can you just tell us if you actually participate in the challenge?
Yeah, please do.
Well, to be honest,
I wanted to see that so bad, because that would have been a challenge.
I feel like they should have done 3 versus 3 instead of 1 versus 1, or like 2 versus 2, that like the US version did.
Yeah, but I feel like the bag was quite heavy by the looks of things. Like they went up to pick it up to start off with the first girls, and then they're like, oh, it's actually like a full-on heavy bag. Like, I'm like,
Okay,
oh, okay,
that's
cool.
the challenge is great and everything, but the main thing in this challenge is Santoni telling Paul about the idol cluing in the tribe and asking him to tell Tyson. Okay, so I think this is a good move. Like because the other three is a minority, but the only thing is Santoni actually isn't aligned to them in any way, but she wanted to save them. So I'm a little bit I'm just confused why
You're confused on the ending.
Yes, because I saw the ending and I was like, eh?
Yeah. My thought process is number one, she didn't want it in the other tribe's hands at all.
Yeah.
Number two, they don't really know that Paul, Chappies, and Santonia are a throuple. Like they don't really know that yet.
Now they will know after.
But will they?
Yeah.
Because nobody they seen them talking, but like they seen they've all gone back to camp thinking Paul and Tyson talked, not Santoni. Like Santoni was never brought up in that situation. It was all Paul relaying information. It was all Paul relaying the information.
Yeah, but then I maybe they're not sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like Santoni's low key pulled off this move by using. She's so smart. I'm sorry,
but she has to use Paul because she's not going to be in the challenge.
Oh, of course, yeah. But that's a smart thing to do. She's using someone to get information across to the other tribe and getting him in trouble for it. That's perfect. I can't deny. I don't know why I'm such a Santoni at the moment, but I really am.
Santoni.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
No, but actually, I don't think that she's intended Tyson to be a target. I think I think, in my perspective, she just really, really want to have those three. Just give them a lifeline, or to at least she knows where the idol goes. Basically, she would now know these three people have it.
I think regardless of her initial plan and stuff, I feel like this worked out for her regardless. Even if her plan was to keep the other three people in from the other, from their original tribe, was to keep them happy. That's good. However, looking into it, say for example, more than half of Santoni's tribe goes on the tribe she's currently on. They're only going to keep, the other three are going to stay there, and they're going to build more trust from that initial idol hunt from Paul. And then Paul will bring Santoni in, and then you have this sort of power sort of group from Santoni, Paul, Chappies, Anesu, Kieran, and Tyson. Moving forward, that could eventually become a thing, even though they were blindsided to start. You know what I mean? I think they're just That's I don't know. I'm looking way into it, but I feel like there is more. I feel like
I think you are
a lot more that this is hinting at in the future. I don't think this is just hinting at just this episode, but I feel like in the future we might see more parts of this tribe connection throughout the different tribes work.
I think it's just a short period of time. I don't think anyone can think that far. Be like, okay, I need to do this to ensure that. So I feel like it's just a spontaneous thing. I think she really would just wanted those three.
Oh yeah, I don't think she's thinking 20 rounds ahead. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that regardless of what she's thinking, this is helping her this many rounds ahead without her thinking it. Even if, but if she's thinking it, she's a bloody legend. If she's thinking
it, true.
Yeah. We don't.
All right.
We don't.
What else you want to talk about the reward?
To be honest, not much.
Okay, we'll just skip.
They won a couple of things. It was pretty whatever. That's what it is. I did like it though. I don't have anything to say bad about it. Usually I like to roast a challenge because, some challenges are horrible, but this one was okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, let's talk about the Greed Tribe going back to camp after the reward challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So, the original Green Tribe members that were on that tribe go and show everyone where the watering hole is. However, one of the, I think it's Tyson, or no, it's Anella. Smash, yeah. So Smash stays back and decides to look through the crate of protein bars and protein drinks and was looking for like an idle clue or something like that, which makes sense. Usually you've got like a clue in like a package or whatever, but didn't find anything, so he decides to eat 2 of the protein bars.
I mean, didn't he win it for them anyway? Like
he won it. He won it, so like, he deserves it, right?
Yeah.
In my eyes, he deserves it. He won it. However, like, wouldn't you be like, there? Why did they only give us 7 when there's 9 of us? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah,
if it was like
sus.
If it was like 4 or like 5, you'd be like, cool, half each, and then he gets a full one because he won. Like, that would be like the mindset. But like, why 7? Like, I would have hid some. Like, why didn't he hide all the bars? And then, like, why didn't he hide?
They know there's a bar, but they
but they don't know how many bars there are. Like, why doesn't he hide another 2 and then like make it look like, you know, like, I don't know. Can have fun with it.
I mean,
like,
he's already eaten 2.
Yeah,
that's true. 2. So.
Do you reckon he got more of the protein bars, like when they ate the other 7? They didn't see it, but do you reckon they like?
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. They're not gonna. They'll probably give 1 each. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, with the 7 bars, do you reckon they gave some more to Anella?
I don't think some people will be like, nah, I don't want to eat the protein bar.
Yeah, that's true.
But they do have the drinks. Maybe they're just like, I have 2 drinks, you have 2 protein bars, something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was interesting. You didn't really see much of like anybody like really happy with like the rewards. It was just like chuck them down, and that was it. Like you see Mike sitting on a chair. You see Mike sitting on a chair, and that's pretty much the most.
Yeah, they don't talk about like, oh, this hammock, oh, this chair.
Yeah, like you don't see like there's no cool little scene where they're like all putting up the hammock together and all sitting in it and breaking or something like that. There's like no scene like that. I'm just it was a missed opportunity. I love seeing like the social interactions in camp, like on Survivor. You don't really see it often. So like when you see like these these little like fun little snippets, there's something Australian Survivor does really well. Usually at the start of the episodes in Australian Survivor, there's like a stupid, there's like a stupid little like snippet of like just funniness, and I love it. I love that type of like quirkiness, but you don't see it here.
Wait, hang on. I thought you were just like you were saying that you just like the strategy part of Survivor, like you don't like the social.
No, I do. No, I do. However, like we know like I love the strategy side of Survivor. I feel like regardless, like you can play a decent game with just strategy, right? But social has a big aspect on it, obviously. But like regardless of that, like for the viewers at home, all we see is strategy. We don't see any like, social.
Yeah, you have to connect with the person behind.
Yeah, and we don't see much social side. Like to be honest, like we know who Santoni is a little bit. We know who Teresa is a little bit, but like who is Kieran? Right, we don't see.
So you wouldn't,
yeah. We don't see him. All we see him is as a player. Like who's Kian? We see Carla, and Mike actually having like some sort of like story, like of them like making fun and like talking to each other. Like you see that with them, but like why not with other people? Like we're not seeing much of people. Like we see like Anesu and Water talk about their yoga together and stuff like that. Like we see small snippets of it, but we never see it with everyone. I'm just hoping we get to see it with more people.
Well, my only thing with editing this year, it's a little bit unbalanced at the moment. But that's my concern is that when we see characters that are quite purple early on get like contents down the end, we know they're the days are numbered.
Like we saw a bit of Nicole tonight. Like with the episode at the start, we seen like 3 or 4 confessionals of just Nicole, and I'm like, she's gone. Like that was my thought at the start of the episode. I'm like, Nicole's gone. Or is this building up for Nicole going next episode? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. But, like, also at the same time, I really thought Carla was going the whole episode with her, like, meltdown and everything. But anyway.
Yeah, me too. But then, like, okay, but jump ahead a little bit, like, the Mike thing, I was like, okay, yeah, he's going.
Yeah. What else do we see happening in the Orange Tribe? Because we've seen the Green Tribe of them just eating everything. We see the only thing we see on the Orange Tribe is that when Tyson. Oh no, is that when Tyson's getting the idol?
Yes. Okay, so I think Tyson getting the idol is great, but then my only issue is that I'm not sure what the timeline is. I felt like they went back to the camp, and within like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, he's straight and went to find the idol, like gone. And then you can see like people in the camp's like, where's Tyson? Where's Tyson? And then people already know that Paul already relay message to him. So I feel like that's essentially not a good move to like go on to find an idol in that short period of time. Maybe just wait for the next day, because you know where it is. So there's no hurry to find it.
Yeah, well, this is what like when it was happening, I was yelling at the TV, legit. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you going now? Like, you literally just came back from a challenge. People knew that like Paul was talking to you in the air, and everybody could see it. You're the only person who knows where this idol is. Like, he doesn't know that though. I'll give him that. He doesn't know that other people might not know about the idol and stuff like that. Like, because Paul tells him a clue, right? Paul tells him a clue. That's all he knows, right? So in his head, he's probably thinking, should I get it quickly before somebody else gets it, because somebody else might have got the clue too? So like, I can understand that side of things. However, if you're on the bottom, don't do that. Like, he went to a minority. Like, he's in a 3-6 minority, and then he goes and does that. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
So they would definitely it just makes you a big target. Like, out of those three, I would target Tyson. Okay,
yeah.
So
and then he's talking about this idol will save us. I'm like, dude, they can split their votes.
No. Yeah, I was like, you have 3-3. They're gonna split 3-3-3, and one of you gonna go home. So like, you should start focusing about the social aspect of social side of it. Like, see,
make the other two guys go before you. Make the other two guys go before you. Like, make sure you're the last person out of the three that goes. That way, you're saving yourself for another 2 tribal councils, right? I don't understand where the thought process is of like. I love strategy and I get it, but like, his strategy just doesn't make any sense here.
True, but I feel like so I really like those. I really like Anesu and Kieran together. So I just feel like I hope they can stay a bit longer. But yeah, it is a really bad position, and I don't think Tyson's playing that great with that move.
No,
same with voting out Pinty. Just saying.
Yeah, they should have not voted out Pinty. Like, as far as Pinty was like abrasive and a lot of people didn't like her, that's why you keep her. Like, that's why you keep people like that. You keep them because they can be thrown out later. Like, you don't have to get rid of them now. Like,
no, but those people you have to get rid of. You have to make sure they go home at some point, because everyone's going to drag them to be a goat. That's my only
Angelina. Angelina Keeley, anyone? No, I'm joking. But no. But in all seriousness, I don't understand this move. I can't get my head around it. But yeah. Other than that, I think there's nothing else that really happens that's really worth talking about that I can remember. It's a very middle part of the show where they're just trying to build up to the tribe challenge. Essentially, we get to the tribe challenge. It's on the water. We all love a water challenge. I think it's just a completely different element you don't really see, which is great. We get to unravel the tribe advantage, and they just don't have to swim one more time, which is massive. That's a long swim.
I think it is a massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Way too OP.
Yeah. It should have been the first ring is closer. Or, it should have been something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have a 10-second head start or something like that. But anyway, it happens. To be honest, it didn't change much. It didn't really help them.
No,
they did get all the rings first, which was sort of expected, considering you don't have to swim one more time. And they got rid of the furthest away ring, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah, why didn't they get rid of the closest ring? Like that would have made more sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think this is great. Like this is like the Medallion of Power for just for one episode.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, what does anyone gain from like having that tribe advantage? Like, besides like that tribe having like just win one less time, like the viewers don't really gain much. Like, it's not really like, oh, that was cool. That was an awesome twist. I wasn't saying that, but it's just like, oh, is that it? Like, I don't know. I just don't think it actually added anything.
If anything, it just helped the dominating tribe to keep winning because you have to win the reward to win this. So I don't get it, but you know, they just want to try something new. I mean, not something.
Why not have that? For example, right? Why not have that advantage at Immunity Island? Right? Because your tribe's gone to tribal council, right? You're immune.
Right? Yeah. Right? Like the one stay and play, the one you play for.
Yeah, like stay and play. You can win a tribe advantage for your next challenge. Oh, hell yeah, I'm doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to give me good rapport. It might guarantee us not losing the next challenge. However, if I lose, it's going to be a disadvantage and they're going to hate me more, but I'll probably just get sent back to Immunity Island. So there's no risk. Like, why put it there? Like, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, definitely.
We should be producers.
Yeah, I mean, we are.
We should make this stuff happen. I'm joking. But yeah, like I think that to me makes more sense. To put it as like an Immunity Island. As much as I disagree with Immunity Island and I think it's OP, I feel like that would be the most spot you put it in. Like, yeah. Actually, I'll talk about Immunity Island in a second, how I was sort of happy with it.
I think we should skip forward because there's nothing to talk about this challenge.
Anyway, their own tribe wins. Shocker.
Nobody seen it coming. Great.
Yeah. Anyway, so Green Tribe loses. They decide to choose somebody out of the three, like, minority. That's the weakest. So one of the two strong minority people go home. Thoughts?
I think, well, they have 6 over there, so obviously, what can you do? So just go over whatever they suggest. So, like, Amy was part of the alliance because I don't think Paul. It was Sean. They sent Amy. No, Sean. They don't care about Sean because he's out. So Smash and Amy. So I think they choose Amy because. Maybe Amy is more better.
To be honest, I think the girls really pushed for Amy to be safe.
Yeah, maybe. I think I
like
so too.
we don't see it, but I just get this feeling like even though they don't really have that, like they've still got a lot of power over there, with the tribe they're at. But I think that's the biggest thing. They're just trying to save their girl so that when they get further down the track, they can be as strong. To be honest, it's that alliance won't last. It can't. Like it can, but like if they allow it, if everyone else allows that alliance to last, they're doing something wrong.
True.
Anyway,
let's talk about Amy in the garden.
Yes, I think Amy. To be honest, Amy's my winner's pick. Anyway, to win the whole thing, I think she's great. Can I just talk just before they go? They're like, don't take immunity. We need your vote.
And she said,
they said that to Amy. And she's like, okay, no, I won't. Yeah, and then she gets there and she's like, no, I'm taking immunity. Do you think this will...
But do you think that's a good... I don't think it matters, to be honest.
Because... Well, like, to be honest, like, she's in a minority. Like, she... Worst outcome is... You're right? Yep. Okay. Worst... Yeah. The worst outcome is for her that her friend goes home.
Yeah.
Right? So she sort of has to take immunity because if she doesn't and gives it to her friend, she's the obvious target because she's like the weak one, like from the minority. That's like affecting them going to tribal. Like,
Yeah, also to add on, because if I think she was thinking like those three gonna flip anyway, so technically they don't need her vote, to be honest. What which shown on the episode, they don't need her vote. So
Yeah.
but I think my only thing is that I mean, okay, I don't have the issue. She didn't leave, but can I have a question with that? Is that can they look and decide what the challenge is and then decide, or once they decide I want to stay and play?
Well, no, she read the chat. No, I think she just found out what the advantage was and what the advantage was and what wasn't, and what the disadvantage was, which was weird. She found that at first, or did she find that out later?
No, she found out later. Because
I think she just had to. Oh no, I think she worked out the challenge. I think they told her the challenge.
No. So my question is,
she's like,
does she have to decide to stay and play and then know the challenge, or she kind of know the challenge and then she can stay? Because I'm quite too confused, basically. Just
no, they got told the challenge and then she can choose to play or not.
Okay.
She didn't get told the advantage or disadvantage.
Okay. So my thing is, I just don't think a square puzzle, it's quite hard. If it's not something you can solve. If you like, puzzles is something you have to get used to it. It's like you have to figure out and think of it. You can't do it. I don't know the time that the sand arrow thing. I don't know how many times.
If you're going on Survivor, I'm sorry, but if you're going on Survivor, you learn what a tanagram is. Like, you learn what a tanagram puzzle is.
How many times they come up though? How many times they come up in actual Survivor?
Well, there's nearly a slide puzzle nearly I reckon every second season.
No, not the slide puzzle. This is a square.
The tanagram. The tanagram puzzle.
Yeah.
Regardless, you look at every type of puzzle. Like, you look at height puzzles. Like, you practice the Michelle challenge, for example. Where you've got the different bricks that go higher heights. You practice stuff like that. You practice things like the tanagram puzzle. Like, there's a 7-piece tanagram puzzle, which is the easiest thing to ever put together, which everyone should know, which is very common. It's the 2 big triangles, 2 small triangles, square and rhombus. Anyway, you've got them. Like, there's so many different types of puzzles that you should try before you go. And this 5-piece puzzle is very common.
Wait, didn't we try this? Okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm just gonna sidetrack to Melbourne Survivor trial that we actually did this, and I think people take quite a long time to actually get this, isn't it?
Sorry, this was a trial in Mordialloc, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so the trial at Mordialloc, everyone was given a tanagram puzzle. It was a little square tanagram puzzle, which was a 7-piece puzzle, which had the 2 big triangles, the 2 small triangles, the square and the rhombus, right? Which is a 4-sided shape, which isn't like a square or a rectangle. Anyway, that puzzle has 4 or 5 different ways to finish it, but it's always the same. It's just on different ends, essentially. Now, if you know what it is, you can do it in a second. Like, boom, 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 done. Like, that's all it needs to take, right? But if you don't know what it is, it can take forever.
Which no one knows. Like, maybe she doesn't
which no one knows.
But
why don't people know this? It's simple. It's like a slide puzzle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just go down, and then you keep going top and bottom, top and sides, and it's easy. I find it easy. I don't know.
All right, I didn't see you win a puzzle, but anyway.
We're not talking about my season. We always talk about it every episode, and it makes me feel like that. And it was 3 years ago, and I'm over it already. I'm not. And then you voted me out anyway. Moving on.
Sorry. Okay, continue.
Moving on. Anyway, she loses, but she said she sort of wanted to lose because she didn't want to steal stuff from her friends. That is the wrong gameplay, girl.
Okay, I actually don't think this is worth to play anyway. What do you gain from this? It's just a try.
Oh, she had to play because she needed the immunity.
Yeah, I know.
That's a dilemma. It's just I sort of don't care if I get items or if they steal ours. That's a dilemma. It's just it's actually a shit one where Santoni literally got an idol. There's a different payoff.
No, but then my question is, shouldn't this more focus on individual instead of the tribe anyway? Such a big...
Yeah, that's the issue, right? That's the issue. Like I never thought of it actually affecting a tribe. But me now saying that and looking back at what I said like 10 minutes ago about having the advantage for your tribe, I'm just like, maybe I have.
But they can do that, but I feel like this is more, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It
feels like they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, like you go there, you expect something for you, not for the whole people, like whole tribe.
Yeah, it's just like, let's have this immunity island, and then whoever does it can get an idol, and then like, oh shit, somebody got the idol. Now what do we do? It sort of seemed like this one sort of seemed like an afterthought. Like 3 items, congrats. Like, what do they steal? Are they going to steal flint? Like, I'd be stealing flint, pot, and like machete. Like, I'd be stealing like the main 3. Like, that's what I'd be doing. I'm not really sympathetic, so.
No, but I think they could have split the idol clue, like the one in the camp in this episode, instead of
in your camp, in the green camp, it's here. And then the next one is in the orange camp, it's here. Like, but they could still work it out that potentially it could have been there in the other camp as well. Like, in I think it's Ko-Rong, how the idols
Game Changer. Game Changer.
Oh, Game Changer, sorry. How the idols on the
same
on the well.
Yeah.
And then Ty goes
and China too.
Yeah, remember? It's in the same spot in every. Yeah. So like, maybe they could have done that better. But like, it just seemed like it was an afterthought. How they're like 3 items. Yeah, let's just do 3 items from each camp. That's okay. Like, it just seemed
No, I think it's sort of a Per Island's ripoff because they did. I think they loot 3 items as well, or like 1 item per episode or something. Yeah, very like they. I think they take things from each sort of season and sort of trying to mash it up a little bit.
I feel like every episode we're complaining about Immunity Island.
I like it
we complained about it. However, I love the idea that someone can be saved.
I like the idea.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the idea that you can save somebody from the other tribe from elimination. That's what I love. I love the idea that they can participate for something, but I hate everything that they're participating for. Like, it needs to be changed. Like, give them like a safety without power advantage. Like, that to me.
But then you introduce but you're going to introduce a lot of advantage for no reason.
No, but like not all the time. But like, that type of advantage where, like, you've lost, like, say for example, right, you've lost your vote for this round, but you then can make somebody else lose their vote. So then, like, your alliance isn't down in numbers, for example. If you've won.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you win the challenge, you can like take somebody else's vote away. You can't use it, but their vote's gone. So only like 6 people vote instead of 7 or whatever.
Oh, actually, they can fix it by like, if you win, you get to vote that tribal. You get the necklace and you get to vote instead of having no vote in that tribal.
Yeah. Also, did they go to tribal that day, or was it overnight again?
No, I think they go on the same day. I didn't keep track of
the last episode with Santoni, she stayed overnight.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was because maybe the challenge took too long and they were running out of daytime for strategizing? So they're like, let's just push it back a day?
No, I don't think so. Like, this sort of production needs to be on schedule. It's a schedule. You and I know how, like, you need to really follow the schedule. Otherwise, just
well, they even do it in Australian Survivor where they're like, this challenge was longer than we thought. You're going to have to strategize 30 minutes before tribal cancel.
Yeah. They're
all outside tribal cancel area. It was so weird. It felt like such a fan-made game.
No, I actually like that idea so much. But anyway, don't. I think we talk way too much about it. Okay, we finished about Amy. That's done. I mean, she lost. Whatever. We move on.
I think this is the biggest part of the game where they're like discussing like who should go home, and it's essentially Chappies and Paul and Santoni who are making the decision. Who would have thought the underdogs from last episode now have the say.
Well, to be honest, they weren't the underdog last episode. That's clear cut. It's just that after they vote out Pinty, then
yeah, it's just funny. It's like a very like 360 sort of thing where it's just like at the start of the episode, like we're in trouble. And then like at the end of the episode, we've got power. Like it's just
Okay. Can I unload all my thoughts about this? Because I'm okay. So, 6 people, they have advantage. So for me personally, I do get why Chappie, Paul, and Santoni want to flip because they're in the outs. But I feel like they could have done this next episode or the next tribal they go to, because now essentially they're doing 3-3 equal split now, and then they vote out the 6 vote out one of them, so it's 5 versus 3, right? So either they have to go back and vote out one of the 3. And because you can't go like vote out all the last 2 and then you have 3 and 3. So that's not great. Like one of them has to pick up the number. So like I think for me, I would think that Mike was pitching the right idea, is that us 6 need to stay strong for this tribal, and then after that. But I don't think Mike specifically said that. Like he should have mentioned like guys, just do this one tribal, 6 of us. You can vote me out next. I don't care. Just this tribal, just get one of them out. Because if the other tribe goes to tribal, the 6 of them are gonna vote one of us out. So we're gonna down in numbers come merge, and you don't want to be down in numbers. You want to sort of balance and check, So that's my only problem with that move. I understand why they have to do it, but I think they did it too early. That's my thing. And it's only 24 hours. Like I don't think you should jump into a different alliance in 24 hours. At least suss out the dynamics. At least get more information from those 3, and then decide whether the flip is worth it or not. Because they could have, like those 3 could have the tight alliance with another alliance from the other tribe, and so if you go to merge with them and then they're gonna go back with the original tribe, you're in a bad position. So that's my only takeaway of it.
Yeah, like I literally agree with everything you just said. I have one more thing to add. Carla.
Yes. Can we? She is all over the place. I don't know what she's doing. She is the main reason Mike went home.
Yeah, literally. Like Mike was trying to like save her like low key in this tribal, and Mike like props to Carla, I guess. But at the same time, I actually don't think she's doing like, she comes across as like very, I was gonna say smart, but that's wrong. She frustrates me. Like I can tell that like she's actually like a decent player and understands the game, right? But at the same time, she just thinks whatever she says is happening.
No, okay. First thing she did wrong is that she went to Sean and Paul and saying like Chappie and she went to Smash and Sean and saying like, hey, Chappie and Paul are bad, like we're gonna get rid of them. Don't do that. You're in the 6 alliance. Why are you doing that? And second of all,
yeah, she's like, that's the issue. That's the issue. She literally just said, we're actually like in a split. Like we're split up. Like they don't trust us, or we don't trust them. Like, and you say this to like the 3 new people that literally just rocked up your camp. Don't do that. Don't do that, especially when they were in such a powerful position. Like they were in like a 6-3. Regardless of like the infighting and everything in that original tribe, right? They spent like the last 6 days together. And then all of a sudden, these randoms come in and she's talking about how now she wants to get rid of one of the original 6 members. And like, this is like from like an hour of like them getting to know each other. Like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. And Mike legit was like, Mike, this episode was very smart, but at the same time killed himself.
Yes. Well, okay. Like, can I go back to Carla? Yeah. And then she had that conversation with Mike, and then she was saying like, "Oh, I'm an emotional player. Like I'm being emotional. She is being an emotional player. Don't put your emotion," because she said like, "I don't want to play with them. I don't like them." I mean, it's fine. Like I think we all went through that period. Like I mean, we all went through the same as like I don't click with that person. So like I don't want to hang out with I don't want to interact with that person. But I feel like it in this swap is really hard. Like you don't have the luxury to cut people off. Like you can if you have your numbers. In this scenario, you can't because you don't have your numbers.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
I can't really say anything else about like Mike did the right thing. That's all I'm going to say. Like he did everything he could to make sure that they were going to vote with him. And the fact that they sat down and all talked about it, which is like a rare thing that you see on Survivor, it's usually just like a conversation. Like the fact that they were able to sit down and talk it out as a group of 6 was weird. But at the same time, like it showed that he was trying his best to stay in. Like it wasn't like, I give up. And it wasn't like, it definitely wasn't a blindside as well, because you knew it was either him or Ranella going home. So smash. Sorry.
Can I? Okay, I don't look because I have to admit that I got confused with Amy and Carla, because at one point I was like, Amy was saying like Mike is like sneaky and controlling and blah blah blah, and I was like, Carla, why are you throwing Mike under the bus? And I was like, really? Oh, it's actually. But didn't Carla say something about Mike? Like she was like, I can't remember what it was Amy. Maybe I got them confused.
I think it was Amy.
Okay, so Carla didn't say anything bad about Mike.
Like, No. Carla was legit crying when Mike got voted out because she's like, I'm all alone. I don't know what to do now.
No, don't run your mouth then. It's too early.
Yeah, just don't run your mouth. You didn't have to run your mouth. If she didn't run her mouth, nothing would have happened, I don't think. I reckon they would have got away with it.
I don't think that. Yeah, because I think the feedback was like, be like, hey, those people are telling us that they want to vote you out, like, you know. So they'll be like, and then
who do you think the next target is then? Because like Water voted with them.
Yeah. So 3.
She like no edit this episode. Like, who was she? Like, where'd she go? Like,
I think her storylines ended after she got split from Anesu.
Yeah, Anesu seems to be holding like a really big, like, powerful storyline moving forward. So it makes me feel like we might see more of her soon. But I feel like, yeah, like her complete story's gone. Like her whole alliance is now disintegrated from underneath her, and she's like in a very, very, very shitty spot. I think she might be the next out. I reckon they might keep Carla around because they know that
she's a horrible player.
Yeah.
At this stage, I'm sorry, Carla, but I don't think that's a good move at all.
No, like I think even if she's watching this, she'd understand that like playing emotionally like she currently is, that we're seeing anyway, edited, like the edit that we're seeing of her playing emotionally, is not how you play.
Can I just say, you know what sucks is that I feel like Carla and Water would have to go like approach Sean, Paul, and Amy, be like, hey, can we form a new alliance? So like now the old Vuna are just killing each other for no apparent reason. I don't know.
They can't trust. They can't like unless they take out Carla, because Santoni and that didn't like Carla and Mike. That was their main 2 people they wanted out, and maybe they bring back in Water, and then it's 4v3. Maybe we could see that.
Yeah, hopefully. But then you're killing all your numbers, and then I feel like the other tribe are much more.
But I think, to be honest, I think Chappie's main focus was to take out Mike. I think he wanted Mike gone from like earlier on, like even from the last episode, because they remember like at the start of the episode, you see Paul and Chappie think that Mike pulled off this big move of taking out like one of their alliance member in Pinty. So maybe it was just like a payback sort of thing from that, and then maybe in the next episode they might get back together. Like,
how do you get back from? I don't think you can get back with Carla. To be honest,
I don't know. Well, Carla doesn't have another option though. Carla hasn't got another option.
No, she can go with the other 3. She'd be like, no,
I don't think they'll accept it. They'll be like, well, it's 6 strong now. Let's just stay 6 strong. However, they might be like, well, we can go down to 5 strong and we're guaranteed to be on top of this now because there's 3 of us against only 2 now. So maybe they might do that. To be honest, it's the smartest move. It's the smartest move for them 3 is to take Carla and Water now.
True, but I don't know. Because Carla is really she doesn't really like Paul and Chappie. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I don't think she would crawl back.
But like, yeah, I guess Carla could actually pull up. Carla could actually probably get one of them two out next episode.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why you have to go back? Why you have to go and back the other minority? Like, they're a minority in the first place. You have to go back and ask them to. It's just stupid for me. I think it's stupid. Why are you giving power to minority? It's just stupid for me. That's all.
Yeah, like they literally just like, here you go. Like it just like it's they've really just screwed themselves over. Like Chappies and to be honest, Dan Tony stay for a while.
Yeah. I like that the obvious first boot actually are still in the game, like Santoni and Torizo from each tribe. They're still in the game, and I like that.
Yeah, that's why I really like Immunity Island. Like because like the obvious first boot's still in the game, and like to be honest, imagine if Santoni wasn't here.
We're missing the chance of being in Stantonis.
Stantonis, yeah.
Stantonis by Kirk.
I love the Stantonis. But no, like imagine the game without her. Like it would be completely different, and it would sort of just be like meh. But like, who would have thought she would like talk to Paul and get him to talk to the other tribe, get him to find the idol in the other tribe? Like that was all Santoni. And
can I just picture a fantasy? Is that when she went back to tribe in the first place before the swap, she found an idol, and then she got swapped the other tribe. She found the other idol, and she had a tribal idol. She has 3 idols.
I know.
Big fantasy.
Crazy. That would be like, imagine having 3 idols in your hand. Like nobody's ever had that in Survivor. Like we've had 2. Well, Callie sort of had 3. She used one and then found one and then found another in the matter of like an episode, and then went home with 2 in the same episode. So so I don't know, like you've never seen somebody with 3. So
well, I was
thinking interesting.
Like, Santoni played the opera, be like, you have an idol, you have an idol, you have an idol,
you get an idol, you get an idol. Move over, Parvati. I'm the new.
All right, okay. Let's just. Do you have anything to say before we go to the next segment?
Not really. To be honest, like none of the tribal councils this season have been like interesting with questions and like arguments or anything like that. They've all just been like very like low key and mellow. Like there hasn't been like one like tribal council where it's like we've got to talk about tribal council. Like, and it's sort of boring, to be honest. Like
I feel like I could have pushed it a little harder, but I don't think it matters at the end. At the end, it doesn't matter. But I feel like he can push it a really hard.
Paul and Santoni listen to Chappies at this point, and they're like,
fine.
"Chappies, what do you want to do? Let's do that." Okay, cool, done. Like at that point, that's what they're doing. I can't really say anything. You know what's funny? I just want to say something. Torizo still has not voted, and we're on episode 3, and the next time she goes to trouble, she still doesn't have a vote. So she doesn't have to vote until like at least episode 5. What the fuck?
You are saying like that she couldn't be voted off next week. So
yeah, well, like, you know, I thought she was gonna be like as soon as she has as soon as they go to tribal, like people know she has no vote. So like she might be the obvious choice. I hope not. I love her. I think she's awesome. But however, I was very questionable at the start with her saying that you need to like, show me your trust. Yeah, you need to show me your trust.
Show me your trust.
It's just like, no, we don't.
Like,
anyway,
we don't need you. Okay, that's great.
Right,
let's do this. So, in honor of Sammy from Backyard Survivor 3, we have this sort of fun segment. We talk about kill, marry, and kiss, marry, and kill. For the episode. So, okay, do you want to start with kill? Because we have a lot. We have lots of kills.
Yeah. So a kill. Yeah. So a kill essentially. So kill and kiss, marry, kill is players that played horribly this episode and
Kill,
probably
yeah,
shouldn't.
No, wait. Oh wait, do we start with Kill? Yeah, let's start with Kill because Kill's more fun.
Yeah, kill. Okay, I could kill. I reckon about 5 people.
But pick one. But we have to pick one though.
I sort of have to pick Chappies.
Chappie, okay, for the reason of that choice.
Well, he's the one leading Paul and Santoni down this dangerous path. I understand that he's like, yes, he pulled in Santoni and got the idol clue, but like hasn't done anything for him. He literally completely screwed over his game by doing what he just did. He put himself on the outs. He's definitely like a target now. He's gave the minority power, which the other 2 people can easily flip with the minority and then take him out. I feel like he only did this as like a vendetta for like him getting rid of his alliance member, which is like a completely over emotional reaction. And like we don't see him being emotional about taking out Mike, but it's definitely due to emotion. It's not for gameplay. We understand that Mike's a good game player, but you keep somebody like that in for now. It's the wrong time. It is the wrong time to do that. However, if the guy wins the season, it's clearly the right time. But I can't see it. Like
I can't see it too. No,
it's such like a
downfall coming soon. I think
it's such like an implosion waiting to happen. It's like he gets like greatness on one episode, and then it's just like catch you later. It's just downhill from now.
You know what this reminds me of? The Cambodia Angkor tribe with like, you have Abby, Wu, and PG.
Yeah.
And Vanna, 4, and then you have Savage and Tasha 2, and then, the 4 should technically have all the power, but then they eventually all, decimated at the end.
Yeah, succumb to the 2. It's stupid. Like, if you have power, keep it.
Take it for now. Yeah, keep it for now.
Keep it for now. Like, I understand that, like, yes, this guy may have betrayed you last time, but who gives one? Like, that guy was literally, like, pouring his heart out to you as well, right? And saying everything that actually makes sense. And he even said, this makes sense. There's even a confessional.
No, I think they're also not... They didn't... Like, Mike is a logical player for me as a viewer. Like, he's not, like, illogical. He's not going to be like, oh, today I'm wake up, I'm going to do something new. You can see, like, he's logic and he's more, you can reason with him. So I don't think you shouldn't get rid of a person who you can predict what he's going to do. That's stupid for me. Anyway, my cue, because you mentioned Chappie, I will say my cue will be Tyson for finding that idol. It's just the wrong time in the wrong place. I mean, right place, wrong time. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. And also, he didn't thought too much of it. He just like, oh, we can protect our little 3, but no, you they can flush it, right? So just
my other kills would be Paul, Carla, who else? Who else is there? Yeah, Paul.
Why?
Chappie's right-hand man.
Okay, right. And
Carla's definitely Carla because Carla. And then I also think you could possibly kill one of Teresa. I know I was saying Nicole and Marisha were close. However, like you gotta sort of kill them as well, only because of the fact that they're now like their strong 3 is now 2, and Teresa's in that tribe, and there was like that little, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's this, they're weaker now.
But they didn't do anything wrong this episode, though, I feel like.
No, they didn't do anything wrong.
Apart from the Teresa interaction, which I think Teresa is it.
It came across like, I feel like they're giving us the edit of like, this trio of girls is cocky.
Yeah.
And Teresa is going to take him out one by one. That's like my... That's my fantasy.
Teresa has a fault too. Like
that's my fantasy. My fantasy is at Santoni, Teresa, and Final 2.
Final 2.
Yeah, Final 2. Like we're going back to Final 2s. We're having Teresa and Santoni in the Final 2, and it's going to be like, whoa, how did they get here? This is amazing, and everyone in the world will love it. That's my final two.
I actually like that season because it's just so unpredictable.
Yes, like that is my fantasy, and let's hope it becomes true.
Yes.
Speaking of fantasy, Mary.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first? Yeah. Do you want to
Explain
explain what
Mary
Mary is?
to the viewers.
Oh, okay. Marry someone that you think has a good run for the upcoming the rest of the game, basically at this stage. So, person marry, I want to say who? I can't. I thought. I don't know. I can't pick anyone out of the. I can't pick anyone apart from. Oh God. Okay, this is hard. Do you want to go first? Do you have anyone in your mind? Sorry.
Yeah. I think I might marry Sean.
Sean.
Yeah. Now he's in the alliance. Well, he's in the minority, right, of the tribe that just went to tribal council, right? However, he was never the target. Also, he's no longer like he's not actually with Amy and Anella in their initial alliances, right? Also, they're now in a power position, right? And he seems to be probably like the biggest asset for that tribe to keep in. So Sean could easily be a person who could get a lot further purely based on the fact that he is completely under the radar now and has nobody after him at any point. And then like you look at the other tribe as well, like I can't see them gunning for Sean at any point right now either. So my marry is Sean. And I know everyone will be thinking, what the fuck was that, Josh? But that's my thoughts.
No, I think that's a good point because he's going to build alliance with Amy, and I think he's going to win back Smash. So good, yeah, setting up a good future for him. Unless they stop again.
I like to look at like the things that we don't see.
Well, or unless he rubs people the wrong way, because he's a bit sort of big character as well.
Like the first episode, we all hated Sean, and then like this episode, like
no, we don't hate Sean. We don't hate.
No, not at all.
Okay. I can't pick anyone, but I would just say I still can't pick anyone. I mean, I always agree with Sean after what you said, but I want to give a special mention to Kian because she didn't have any confessional. She's been quite sort of purple this last 2 episodes, and
yeah, she has been.
I don't know where she stands, but I hope she did well.
Well, to be honest, like she's actually a good option as well because she's with Dino and Teresa now in like possibly like the strong 3 in that tribe moving forward. They can sort of dictate where they want to go now.
But the editing doesn't like show us like where those 3 stands. Like I don't know if Kian talks to Teresa. I don't know if Teresa talks to Dino, and I don't know who those.
We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Like we're just speculating, I guess, from a fan point of view, which is usually a bad speculation.
Kiss.
Because Kiss. You gotta kiss Santoni, don't you?
That's true. I think we already talked about what she did this episode, which
I just want to say she relayed a message over tribes without her even doing it. Genius. What a genius. Legit. She somehow was the first person possibly booted out of the whole show, and now she's easily making it to merge. Like.
And win.
Yes, and win or come runner up to Teresa, either one. Either one. That's my kiss of the week.
Okay, my kiss of the week. Sorry, I just have to for this episode. I just have I just see like everyone's mistakes, but I didn't actually see what the people did right. But I have to Santoni as well. I mean that relaying.
She wasn't in the alliance with like Tyson and that, right, on the original tribe, but she was with no one. Like nobody knew who she was with, right? She was with no one. She just went to Immunity Island and got the thing. Now, if like say for example, I go back to Paul or like. Santoni knows that Paul's given her the clue, right? Even if Paul goes, she can go up to Tyson when they meet and be like, hey, did you find the idol I told you about through Paul? And they're going to click them. Like, oh, cool, no worries. You want to work with us? Cool. And then she's got like alliance members there. She's made inroads with like the minority on her tribe now. She's gone up to them and be like, hey, look, this guy's really sketch. And she's laid out everything to Amy. And so like she's gained trust there. She's gained trust everywhere. She's a fantastic player. She's not like the physical beast that everyone like that you have to be for Survivor, but she's killing it. I just hope she doesn't go. I don't want her to go ever again. I don't want her to go. I want her to stay. But at the start of the season, I'm like, oh yeah, Santoni's first boot. Like,
well, to be honest, people like Santoni and Teresa, if they make merch, they go deep though. So
yeah, they do. It's because it's all social from that point, and like I think Torino might struggle.
Physical threats.
Yeah, the physical threats start going early on, and then once the physical threats go, then your social plays start going, and then like you usually left over with like the semi-physical social threat players, which is not me at any point. But anyway, I guess that's the episode. It was fun talking about it. I love how our talks go longer than the actual episodes.
I mean, we do need to get sidetracked a little bit. I think we need
whatsoever. Sorry.
We do need to, you know.
Yeah. Actually, if you have listened this whole time, in a couple of days, there will be an application out for a trial fundraiser event for Melbourne Survivor that me and Vince are producers of. So if you... I
mean, I didn't... Sorry, I have no part in this. So
oh yeah, I am running this fundraiser event with a couple of players that actually played in season 3. We are all very excited for this to happen. We are looking forward to meeting some new faces. If you are watching, please do apply when it comes out. It'll be on the Melbourne Survivor Facebook page. And I'll also add it into some of the Australian Survivor pages as well. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. It should be fun. I'm not going to say anything else about it because I may spoil some ideas. But yeah, apply. Help us fundraise some money for season 4. We're looking forward to doing it. We had a great time with season 3. That should be airing sometime. I'm not editing it, so I have no idea. But soon it should be coming out down the track sometime. But yeah.
Josh, are you going to do like a weekly update like about the trial every time now?
Yes, I will. Yeah, of course.
I feel like there's ending segment.
I love the platform that Dustin and Kirk have provided to us. It's great.
Yes. Thank you for Kirk and Dustin, to be honest.
Yes, thank you for Live Reality Games letting us come here and talk about Survivor. We love it. And
hopefully we can get Kirk to come in next week to talk with us.
Yes. Hopefully Kirk can come and come talk to us next week. Other than that, I would like to thank everyone for listening in and tuning in. And yeah, and if you're still here, I don't know how you made it. Because we must be the 2 most boringest people on the internet.
No, I mean I'm not, but you are. But I do feel like I mean if you have any sort of if you think we're like rambling a lot, please let us know, like because we need feedback.
If you want to leave feedback, please leave feedback on the comments of the video, because like we have no idea what we're doing at all, and we're really bad at like wrapping things up. So
yes, okay. Let's just say.
So we should be trying to wrap it up now. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
See you next week. Goodbye.
See you, Kirk.
See you, Kirk.